Another head hangs slowly, child is slowly taken. And the violence causes silence. Who are we mistaken? But you see, it's not me, it's not my family. In your head, they are fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their bombs and their drones. In your head, they are crying. What's in your head? In your head. Stop it, stop it, stop it. What's in your head? In your head. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Mother's breaking, heart is taking over. When the violence causes silence, we must be mistaken. It's the same old theme in 2018. In your head, they're still fighting with their tanks and their bombs and their guns and their drones. In your head, they are dying. What's in your head? In your
Amazing. Ain't it amazing? And I was supposed to die fighting for this shit. You're out of your fucking mind. I'm gonna sit here and watch you kill each other. What I came to realize is you won't lift a finger in regards to innocence. You don't save innocence. Silent people aren't innocent. Silent people are good for silence. That's what they're good for. And nothing else. We're such good people. Right? We're so good. We're good people. We care about you. Your lives matter to us. We're here to make a difference that you can believe in.
It's amazing. Right? Fuck.
To take the soul away from people, to disconnect people from the higher world. And in order to do that, we have to destroy the pineal gland in people. And I followed the research on that, and amazingly, what we found, the pineal gland is the most sensitive part of our central nervous system. It is highly, highly, highly sensitive to four things: aluminum, glyphosate, fluoride, and Wi-Fi. That we are the only country in the world that has pushed these four things.
Fucking amazing, huh? We're phasing out natural birth. It's no longer desirable. Replacing the natural for the unnatural. It's cool. It's getting trendy. It's popular things to do. It's for the cool kids. Right? It's for the cool kids. Designer babies. Cloning. Phasing out natural birth entirely. We don't need natural people anymore. We have test tube babies and designer babies. We have clones. And sitting silent to this stuff makes us such good peoples. Ah, the silence of the peoples. Silence of the lambs. They're so good. They're so moral. Isn't it amazing what people will sit silent to? I mean, damn. I'm just trying to find out if everybody else is okay with this stuff. They violated God's not law. They don't honor God. They're not godly. They say godly. They ain't even good. But the good people sit silent. They sat silent to the kidnapping of my son. That was good. And they tell me to have happy thoughts and think positive. Kind of hard to think positive, ain't it? Not enough drugs in the world for this shit. And Vicky, this content here is like 4 years old. It's not new. No, it's not new. I don't know what I'm talking about. When I was 10 years old, I imagined you were all dead. And I was walking through a field of dead people. and crows were picking out your fucking eyes. Now it's 25 years ago. Now it's a reoccurring nightmare for quite a while. Jeez. Shit's starting to make sense now. What am I supposed to do with that knowledge? Keep it to myself? Share it to the community? Go on Oprah Winfrey? My father's dead. My brother's dead. My younger brother's in jail. Drugs put him there. What should I do? Burn the city to the ground? Then they'll listen? Like, how extreme do I have to get? Just wondering. If I go out in the middle of the road and start burning flags, will that get someone's attention? You know, they gonna do anything about anything you're seeing on the screen? No. No. My mother doesn't even speak to me. I don't want her speaking to me. Something about trust. It's broken. It's not fixable. I don't trust silent people. So I do nothing, and then they'd rather criminalize me and steal my fucking children and call me the villain. Isn't that cool? So nice of them. So very respectful. So Christian. They're not going to do anything. It's their religion. They're waiting for Jesus. But they couldn't silence me and they can't control me, and it actually pissed me right the hell off. And what did I do? Prove a conspiracy against God? Boy, it's a good thing I won't be suffering God's wrath. I'm pretty sure I'm an instrument of God's wrath. I am the weapon. I am the sword. I didn't come to make peace. I came to make war. And I already won. Because they don't respond. Isn't that funny? I already won the war. How did I lose? I won every day before I go live. I win. I win. I win. I win. I win. Notice that yet? And I invite lots of people to argue with me, debate. They don't even have small talk. What? They like debating facts. They like debating about the moral quality or character that you're dealing with. In this case, myself. There's no arguing with me. That's what I started realizing. Holy shit, they can't argue with anything I say. So they sit silent to it and act like I didn't say anything at all. And that makes them good. All these good people. Right? Such good people. It's not like I can go out in the street and hold a protest, Vicky. Go door to door. Look how that gets me. Doesn't get me anywhere. Symposium. Political party. Who really gives a fuck about the word coming out of my mouth besides me, because it's my word? I wrote that. I think I did. Did I get a cookie? No cookie. Get a trophy? No trophy. Did it make anyone happy? No. You see, what I'm trying to show you is that there's no incentive in being good. You're either going to do it or you're not, and you don't need a fucking savior, and you don't need someone to be submissive to you. You don't need a tyrant. You don't need an authority figure. You're either going to be a decent, moral person or you're not. Humane or inhumane. Silence is inhumane. Silence makes you complicit. It makes you just as fucking guilty as the people you see on the screen. One goddamn time, motherfucker. One time. One time. I'm done arguing with these ass clowns. You know, people like my fucking father. Right? One fucking time, motherfucker. One! I don't need 2 times. I lived with a tyrant the first 20 years of my life. I'm not going to be bullied anymore. So again, we are not moral. We're not a Christian nation. We're a pagan nation wrapped in Christian bed sheets. It's a toga party. It's an orgy with your children. I just thought that up. Can't you see it? It's Greece still. They're doing toga parties and bed sheets and fucking children, and the dumb serfs don't say a damn thing. They're too busy serving to fucking notice. Surprise! You're not Christian. You're pagans. Right? Pagan. Pay again. Your education failed you, so you have to pay all over again. Pay again, pagan. Wild, right? Remember, Vicky, I don't know what I'm talking about. High school dropout. I'm stupid, fucktard. No idea what I'm doing. And I'm not responsible for their outbursts, their emotions. I'm not liable. They can't sue me. Sue me, sue me, sue me. Fools are never responsible for anything they say or do. Kind of like pedophiles. Same thing. They're never responsible for their mouths. Isn't that great? I don't have any liabilities. None. Hail Zeus! Hey, Zeus! It's me. Hey, that looks like me, doesn't it? I think it does. Does that look like me? That's my art. That's my business card. It's my shit. It's not their shit. It's my shit. They didn't make that shit. I made that shit. Hey? Gypta. You got gypta. You got ripped off. You got screwed. Our real Scrooge McDuck. The Nile is more than just a river in Egypt, which is what most people want to live in, a state of denial. And that shit's goddamn funny as fuck for me. Remember, I'm a high school dropout. I don't know anything. I'm still learning. Trouble being right, no one believes you. That's the fuck of it. Because nobody wants to be wrong. Strange times ahead, I'm telling you. They don't believe a word comes out of my mouth. It's amazing. I love playing dumb, Vicky. I really do. I enjoy it. It's my greatest asset. You got all these smart people. This was taken down on Facebook as porn and sexually explicit material. Come on, what? That's how you gotta pray? That's how they gotta pray. Sexually explicit material is pornographic. It's a porno. That's how communists work when they can't fucking goddamn argue with you. Sexually explicit material. Communist. Yeah. Yes. Let's take it off of Facebook as sexually explicit material. Pornographic in nature, so it justified giving me a 30-day ban. That's the kind of shit I gotta put up with. There's no medication for that. There's not enough goddamn drugs in the world. You wonder why men are fucked up? Now you know. Remember, sexually explicit materials. And this was like 4 years old. I didn't make it. Grace did. See, my supporters labor for me without being paid. You see why they would do such things? You can't make this shit up. Hey, I told. I'm Zeus. They don't believe me. Is it a requirement? Is belief a requirement? Or is the requirement that I believe myself? Should I believe you over me? Can't make this shit up. It's too good. Watch out! It's the white devil! It's Jesus! You know, all the heroes and all the stories are born of prostitutes and they're not born of royalty. And then there's the people that made them royal. Isn't that amazing? Did you ever figure that out? My mother's a prostitute. Horror, ISIS, cult of prostitution. If you're getting paid by the hour, you're a hooker. Doesn't really matter what service you're rendering. You're prostituting by the hour. I don't get paid by the hour. I'm not a prostitute. I'm not a hooker. So that means I'm a pimp. And it's just like what Will Ferrell said. Oats and hoes. Oh, shit. You should have said ships. Ships and hoes. Ship and hoes. Is that what we do? Ship hoes globally? Ship them around the world?
An accomplished magician, a mind reader, and a bullfighter. He was, as a friend once described him, a multitude of a man. He was also, I think, the most fascinating talker of them all. What you're going to see now are the highlights of an interview I did with him in 1974. It was the time of Watergate, and I've been asking him his views on the stature of politicians.
I don't think politicians are natural crooks.
Not all of them.
No, I don't think most of them are. I think they are actors. And actors are neither men nor women. Actors belong to a third sex. Actors are actors. And one aspect of it is the political game. But that kind of acting is not lying, as long as it refers to and reflects and exalts the essential, commonly held ideals of a culture. Those performances are part of our culture, even though they are performances, even though some of the actors themselves may be cynical about their performance. But what we have now cannot be excused in those terms.
Because once you see the truth, once you see the facts, it's game over. Now, we know that Biden is a puppet. And we know that Obama said, I would love to sit in the basement, have a microphone, and have someone have an earpiece, and I would love just to give them orders. But it seems that we might have found Biden's handler, and we, the media, put this out, and it's a recording of Biden sitting there asking Nancy Pelosi, should I be talking now? Should I answer any questions? And Nancy Pelosi says, listen, am I on right now? I'm not? Okay. No, we don't want him to talk. Take a listen to what happened.
Questions, if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
Am I on? No, we don't want him to talk.
No, we don't want him talking. No, we don't want him talking.
Believes him anymore. Because once you see the truth, once you see the facts, it's game over. Now, we know that Biden is a puppet. And we know that Obama said, I would love to sit in the basement, have a microphone, and have someone have an earpiece, and I would love just to give them orders. But it seems that we might have found Biden's handler, and we, the media, put this out, and it's a recording of Biden sitting there asking Nancy Pelosi, should I be talking now? Should I answer any questions? And Nancy Pelosi says, listen, am I on right now? Not okay. No, we don't want him to talk. Take a listen to what happened.
Questions, if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
Am I on? No, we don't want him to talk.
Now, from this recording, it sounds like she is the handler. But once again, who's feeding her information? Remember, these are the foot soldiers. There's different levels. They're all puppets. They take orders from the puppet masters.
All we know is what we're told. All I know is what they. All you know is what they show you on the chalkboard. Vocabulary is controlled. There's 113,000 words in English. How many do you know? 1,000? And if you only know 1,000 words, is it your fault? Is it the school system's fault? Whose fault is it? I'm just saying it like that. Leave it at that. You use words to define reality. Words cause frequency. When you speak words, people see visions in their head because of the speech you gave or the things you said. When you speak, you cause a hologram to appear in somebody's mind because of the words you're saying. So when I speak frequency, you're seeing vivid imagery in your head because of what I said. Bang! But understanding that, it changes how you're going to speak to somebody else because you know that they're seeing pictures in their mind because of the words that you're speaking out loud for their mind to hear. The brain is full of crystals, and the brain vibrates the frequency of the words that were spoken. And it causes and creates that frequency in the mind. And it creates the hologram. It's pretty fucking amazing. Your head is full of water. And there's a sack of crystals in there. That gray matter, cut it open. It's got particulate crystals in there. When your skull vibrates, your brain vibrates, those crystals catch the resonance from those frequencies and causes and creates the picture in your mind. I can only imagine what I just did to somebody's brain because I said that shit out loud. I put the picture in their head. All we know is what we're told. All I know is what they. All you know is what they show you on the chalkboard. Vocabulary is controlled. There's 113,000 words in English. How many do you know? 1,000? Me, motherfucker! And if you only know 1,000 words, is it your fault? Is it the school system's fault? Whose fault is it? I'm just saying it like that. Leave it at that. You use words to define reality. Words cause frequency. When you speak words, people see visions in their head because of the speech you gave or the things you said. When you speak, you cause a hologram to appear in somebody's mind because of the words you're saying. So when I speak frequency, you're seeing vivid imagery in your head because of what I said. But understanding that, it changes how you're going to speak to somebody else because you know that they're seeing pictures in their mind because of the words that you're speaking out loud for their mind to hear. The brain is full of crystals, and the brain vibrates the frequency of the words that were spoken. And it causes and creates that frequency in the mind. And it creates the hologram. It's pretty fucking amazing. Your head is full of water. And there's a sack of crystals in there. That gray matter, cut it open. It's got particulate crystals in there. When your skull vibrates, your brain vibrates, those crystals catch the resonance from those frequencies. It causes and creates the picture in your mind.
Shut the front door, which is your pie hole. Shut!
I can only imagine what I just did to somebody's brain because I said that shit out loud. And put the picture in their head.
It only takes one time to get you.
But they train salespeople to understand these concepts. They train politicians to understand these concepts. This is not unknown, it's uncommon knowledge. It's uncommon knowledge. So let's take a look at this bit by Fauci. This will get you laughing because he's being grilled by Congress the other day.
And this is like 2 years ago.
Right?
Yeah.
On my YouTube channel, while there's listed videos titled Fauci. Things
2
I
years
watch.
ago.
You know, I try to keep track of the things I watch. I got to clean up the list a little bit. It gets a little crazy when you realize the world is a stage. It's just fucking actors. When you realize those concepts are way more serious than what you ever thought in your life. They start coming up with different ideas about certain things. Immortality, vampires. The fuck is going on? People of the night, incubus, succubus, those are different words, but they gear towards understanding cannibalism, vampirism. We see this shit in the movies and we think sci-fi, we think fantasy, oh, that's not real. But my people, their religion is what you're watching on television. Their God isn't your God. Their God isn't your God. Right, so it's Tucker Carlson. I haven't even watched this yet. I'm like, oh my God, look at this. Look at the headline. I'm about headlines. I look at the headline before I even decide to listen on. Tucker last night, 8 hours ago.
God damn,
Fauci deserves to be under criminal investigation. And remember, Peanuts, my other channel was erased because of this very fucking conversation topic.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson tonight.
I'm a week ahead of you, Tucker.
Fauci is obvious now and it's widely acknowledged, but it was not always. In March of last year, we interviewed Fauci on the show. We treated him with respect. We took his answers seriously. We're Americans, so we assumed the man in charge of protecting the U.S. from COVID must be rational and impressive. We also assumed he must be honest. But we were wrong. It soon became clear that Tony Fauci was just another sleazy federal bureaucrat, deeply political and often dishonest. More shocking than that, we then learned that Fauci himself was implicated in the very pandemic he'd been charged with fighting. More shocking than that, we then learned that Fauci himself was implicated in the very pandemic he'd been charged with fighting. Learned that Fauci himself was implicated in the very pandemic he'd been charged with fighting. Fauci himself was implicated in the very pandemic he'd been charged with fighting. Fauci himself was implicated in the very pandemic he'd been charged with fighting.
That's, what? What's that? War crimes?
You can't tell positive from negative, crazy from genius. You can't tell the difference. You're fucking mediocre. What do you know? You know nothing at all. You're stuck in a pit. You can't tell positive from negative, crazy from genius. You can't tell the difference. You're fucking mediocre. What do you know? You know nothing at all. You're stuck in a pit. You can't tell positive from negative, crazy from genius. You can't tell the difference. You're fucking mediocre. What do you know? You know nothing at all. You're stuck in a pit. You can't tell positive from negative, crazy from genius. You can't tell the difference. You're fucking mediocre. What do you know? You know nothing at all. You're stuck in a pit.
See that? See it? Right? Maybe. Blah, 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 blah. Why am I laughing my ass off? Right? Why the fuck am I why am I laughing? Server for you.
Fauci, we don't know whether the pandemic started in a lab in Wuhan or evolved naturally, but we should want to know. 3 million people have died from this pandemic, and that should cause us to explore all possibilities. Instead, government authorities, self-interested in continuing gain-of-function research, say there's nothing to see here. Gain-of-function research, as you know, is juicing up naturally occurring animal viruses to infect humans. To arrive at the truth, the U.S. government should admit that the Wuhan Virology Institute was experimenting to enhance the coronavirus's ability to infect humans. Juicing up superviruses is not new. Scientists in the U.S. have long known how to mutate animal viruses to infect humans. For years, Dr. Ralph Barrick, a virologist in the U.S., has been collaborating with Dr. Shi Zhengli of the Wuhan Virology Institute, sharing his discoveries about how to create superviruses. This gain-of-function research has been funded by the NIH. The collaboration between the U.S. and the Wuhan Virology Institute continues. Doctors Barrick and Shi worked together to insert bat virus spike protein into the backbone of the deadly SARS virus, and then use this man-made supervirus to infect human airway cells. Think about that for a moment. The SARS virus had a 15% mortality. We're fighting a pandemic that has about a 1% mortality. Can you imagine if a SARS virus that's been juiced up and had viral proteins added to it, to the spike protein, if that were released accidentally? Dr. Fauci, do you still support funding of the NIH funding of the lab in Wuhan?
Senator Paul, with all due respect, you are entirely and completely incorrect that the NIH has not ever and does not now fund gain-of-function research in the Wuhan Institute.
Do they fund Dr. Barrick?
We do not fund.
Do you fund Dr. Barrick's gain-of-function research?
Dr. Barrett does not doing gain-of-function research, and if it is, it's according to the guidelines, and it is being conducted in North Carolina, not
You don't think inserting
in China.
a bat virus spike protein that he got from the Wuhan Institute into the SARS virus is gain-of-function?
That is
You would
not
be in the minority because at least 200 scientists have signed a statement from the Cambridge Working Group saying that it is gain-of-function.
Well, it is not. And if you look at the grant and you look at the progress reports, it is not gain of function, despite the fact that people tweet that,
So
They
do you
write
still
about it.
support sending money to the Wuhan Virology Institute?
We do not send money now to Wuhan
Do you
Virology
support
Institute.
sending money? We did under your tutelage. We were sending it through EcoHealth. It was a sub-agency and a sub-grant. Do you support the money from NIH that was going to the Wuhan Institute?
Let me explain to you why that was done. The SARS-CoV-1 originated in bats in China. It would have been irresponsible of us if we did not investigate the bat viruses and the serology to see who might have been infected.
Or perhaps it would be
in China.
irresponsible to send it to the Chinese government that we may not be able to trust with this knowledge and with this incredibly dangerous viruses. Government scientists like yourself who favor gain-of-function research.
I don't favor gain-of-function research in China. You are saying things that are not correct.
Government defenders of gain-of-function, such as yourself, say that COVID-19 mutations were random and not designed by man. But interestingly, the technique that Dr. Barrick developed forces mutations by serial passage through cell culture that the mutations appear to be natural. In fact, Dr. Barrick named the technique the no-see-em technique because the mutations appear naturally. Nicholas Baker in the New York Magazine said nobody would know if the virus had been fabricated in a laboratory or grown in nature. Government authorities in the U.S., including yourself, unequivocally deny that COVID-19 could have escaped a lab. But even Dr. Shi in Wuhan wasn't so sure. According to Nicholas Baker, Dr. Shi wondered, could this new virus have come from her own laboratory? She checked her records frantically and found no matches. That really took a load off my mind, she said. I had not slept for days. The director of the gain-of-function research in Wuhan couldn't sleep because she was terrified that it might be in her lab. Dr. Barrick, an advocate of gain-of-function research, admits the main problem that the Institute of Virology has is the outbreak occurred in close proximity. What are the odds? Barrick responded, could you rule out a laboratory escape? The answer in this case is probably not. Will you, in front of this group, categorically say that the COVID-19 could not have occurred through serial passage in a laboratory?
I do not have any accounting of what the Chinese may have done, and I'm fully in favor of any further investigation of what went on in China. However, I will repeat again, the NIH and NIAID categorically has not funded gain-of-function research to be conducted in the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
You support it in the U.S. We have 11 labs doing it, and you have allowed it here. We have a committee to do it, but the committee has granted every exemption. You're fooling with Mother Nature here. You're allowing super viruses to be created with a 15% mortality. It's very dangerous. I think it was a huge mistake to share this with China, and it's a huge mistake to allow this to continue in the United States. And we should be very careful to investigate where this virus came from.
I fully agree that you should investigate where the virus came from. But again, we have not funded gain-of-function research on this virus in the Wuhan Institute of Virology, no matter how many times
you're parsing words. There was research done with Dr. Shi and Dr. Barrick. They have collaborated on gain-of-function research where they enhanced the SARS virus to infect human airway cells, and they did it by merging a new spike protein on it. That is gain-of-function. That was joint research between the Wuhan Institute and Dr. Barrick. You can't deny it.
Senator Paul, your time has expired. Dr. Fauci, I will let you respond to that when we need to move on.
Excuse me?
I will allow you to respond to that, and then we'll move on.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say, I don't know how many times I can say it, Madam Chair. We did not fund gain-of-function research to be conducted in the Wuhan Institute of Virology.
How are you guys? I have a hard time believing Fauci in regards to anything. How about you? Doesn't exactly scream a face of innocence, does it? Pretty sure Fauci's a Democratic idol. We love Fauci. Can I get a coffee cup? Can I get a t-shirt? No, you can't trust these people. Ricky, my life forced me to trust me. Apparently, that's a crime. Trust in government is obviously broken. You can't trust anything they're saying. Information gets around way quicker today than 10 years ago, 20, 50 years ago. A story like this 50 years ago, think how long it would take to get around the world. A story like this today doesn't take so long to get around the world. See, that's something the baby boomers don't understand. Information travels way faster. My generation had way more access to information. In my life experience, where they put me in 30 states, 3 countries, I comprehend French, Spanish, sign language, geometry, math, art, history. It's like, what don't I know about? And then they come to my house and act like I don't fucking know anything at all. Lie about me, steal my children, sit silent to my fucking labor. Think you're good people? Out of your fucking mind. You're just doing your jobs. Meanwhile, I'm on the job working. On the clock. Talk. Clock is ticking. Tick tock. They don't have anything to say. Confession is treason. That's why they don't say anything. What's the penalty for treason? Death? That's why they won't say anything. You can't expect liars to confess in regards to anything. Their lives are dependent on their ability to lie. All I have to do is cause doubt. Is there enough doubt in the room now? Is there enough intel? Is there enough evidence to try these fucktards for war crimes? A simple yes or no will suffice. Silence means I'm right and you're wrong. Let's vocalize it. Speak, dog. They're such good people, aren't they? So Christian. Right? Do I get a prize? A cookie? Can I see my children now? Hey, look. I specialize in propaganda, okay? 20 years. Propaganda. All I hear is propaganda. Here propaganda, there propaganda, there propaganda, here propaganda, everywhere propaganda. Your reactions to me programmed for you in your institutions of higher learning. Your reactions are propaganda based. Isn't that wild? I figured it out all by myself. Woo! Do you like my propaganda? I'm recruiting. Headhunting. Hey neighbors, you watching this shit? This is the neighborhood watch program. Let's watch them fucking squirm. I've worked for Ford. I've worked for Bank of America. I've worked for Halliburton. My cousins were special forces in the military and told me a lot of things, taught me a lot of things. I know a lot of things naturally. And of course, I continued my education on my own free will. It's a choice. Some make it, some don't. Why should this high school dropout be impressed with your fucking silence? Be a good American. Keep your mouth shut. See no evil. Hear no evil. Don't ask any questions. Don't tell anyone. Don't ask. Don't tell. See nothing. Say nothing. Isn't that predictable? So maybe this might be traumatizing to somebody. For many years, I was trying to figure out who owes me a goddamn trophy. My mother for surviving her, or you for getting in my goddamn way. Right? Who owes me? Who owes me? Oh, fuck. You think my education came because of the government? Do I sound indoctrinated? Watch out, I can't think for myself. I need someone to follow. Because I can't follow anyone. I don't comprehend anything. Nothing at all. I don't follow. You follow what I'm saying? I don't follow. You follow? I don't follow. Why would I follow anyone? And I don't think that kind of thinking is going to get you a following either. I'd like to take a moment to thank Mr. James Henry, Mr. David Quanka, and Mr. Richard Compton. My English teachers, they're all dead. But if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be doing this. That was 2 years ago. The reactions, 3. 200 views. No one said nothing. This next piece I'm playing for my brother who's been dead 20 years.
Today, Major General Smedley Butler had these words to say at the National VFW. War is a racket. It always has been. It is possibly the oldest, easily the most profitable, surely the most vicious. It is international in scope. It is the only one in which the profits are reckoned in dollars and the losses in lives. There are only 2 things we should fight for. One is the defense of our homes, and the other is the Bill of Rights. War for any other reason is simply a racket. It may seem odd for me, a military man, to adopt such a comparison. Truthfulness compels me to. I spent 33 years and 4 months in active military service as a member of this country's most agile military force, the Marine Corps. I served in all commissioned ranks from 2nd lieutenant to major general. And during that period, I spent most of my time being a high-class muscle man for big business, for Wall Street, and for the bankers. I suspected I was just part of a racket at the time. Now I am sure of it. I helped make Mexico safe for American oil interests in 1914. I helped make Haiti and Cuba a decent place for the National City Bank boys. I helped in the raping of half a dozen Central American republics for the benefits of Wall Street. I helped purify Nicaragua for the International Banking House of Brown Brothers in 1910. I brought light to the Dominican Republic for American sugar interests in 1916. In China, I helped to see to it that Standard Oil went its way unmolested. Looking back on it, I feel I could have given Al Capone a few tips. The best he could do was operate his racket in 3 districts. I operated on 3 continents. A racket is best described, I believe, as something that is not what it seems to the majority of the people. Only a small inside group knows what it is about. It is conducted for the benefit of the very few at the expense of the very many. In the World War, a mere handful garnered the profits of the conflict. At least 21,000 new millionaires and billionaires were made in the United States during the World War.
What a fucking circus, huh? What a circus, right? Mama, I don't know anything. And I have been treated less than respectfully my entire life. I don't even care if you like what I say to you. Polarity, positive, negative. North Pole, South Pole, it's the same barber pole. Nothing worth noting. No one wants to talk. Yeah, you're right. Okay, what do you want to do about it? I know. I know. And I know there's a lot of people out there going, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Right? Because you got a license to lie. And I'm over here thinking king, speaking king, talking king, mocking you, masking my intelligence, faking dumb so I can watch you smart people Gawk out, Google it on your phone. Go ahead. Try to fucking compete with my intelligence. Didn't come from an institution, you institutionalized fucktards. You have a hard time with giving a nigger credit where credit's due. It's way past due. Silence is treason. I'm not impressed with it. You don't impress me. Silence is the death penalty. Speak life. Sit silent, die. It's that simple. What choice do you have? I made it for you. You couldn't make up your mind, so I did it for you. Tired of being patient, running out of patience. Patience is a commodity. Right, doctors? You're running out of patience too, aren't you? Did I say that out loud? I think I did. I could hear me talking. Where's the reverb? Where's the fancy comebacks? Where's the rhetoric from the monkeys in the suits and ties? I really fucking hate you with extreme prejudice. I want you to know that. Isn't that fantastic? I'm coming for you. No! I keep telling people I'm the most prolific speaker in this country. No one ever argues with me. They don't debate with me. They don't fight with me. Mostly they ignore me and pretend like I didn't fucking say something, which is goddamn amazing. My speech patterns require rhetoric back, require a fucking reverb from all these smart people. But their lack of response is one. It's a confession. It's a fucking license. Silence is a license. Isn't it amazing how silence and license have the same numerical value? Same letters? You silenced them. You've licensed them. They won't be speaking. They won't be talking. It's predictable. And if you can predicate it and predict it, you can program it, push it, propagandize it. You like my propaganda? Open your mouth. Say something. Say something smart to this stupid nigger. I want to hear it. I want to see you try and justify any of the shit you're seeing. I want to see you fucking argue against me. And I tag goddamn smart people in 50 fucking countries. They all speak English well. You do? They all think they're intellectual superiors and I'm their inferior. Really? Doesn't look that way. Doesn't sound that way. It may appear other than, but that's deliberate. I enjoy making smart people look stupid. I enjoy it. So I'll appear stupid. I'll say smart things to smart people. And then they'll try to find an answer on their smartphone. And they can't. So they start sounding really fucking stupid. And I enjoyifies it. I love it. I feed off it. I'm predatorial. I'm not prey. Not your fucking food. Ah, the silence of the good people. That's what you can depend on. You can depend on them to be silent. You can't depend on them for anything else. Solutions? Remedies? Do you have any answers? I don't even like your fucking questions. Which is none. You don't have any questions. We're going to run 2 hours. Where's the questions? Where's the answers? The whole time I got 5 children I'm thinking about in the back of my head. Fuck's the point in even doing this? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Whew. Three years ago. 4 years ago. I love this shit. This was 4 years ago when you told me to go fuck myself. Right? 4 years ago. Oh, I loved it. Right? This ain't new. Your actions aren't new. They're the same today as they were yesterday, tomorrow too. Silence of the good people. That's what they're good for. Silent to the theft of my son. Silent to child trafficking. Silent to adrenochrome harvesting. Silent to transhumans. Silence. That's what you're good for. I can depend on your silence. It's the only thing I can count on. Can't count on anything else. Trust was broken. It's not fixable. It's not repairable. There's no remedy in silence. My children aren't going to eat on your silence. Maybe I'll start telling my children to eat your children. And your children are going to look at you going, what the fuck? You're not going to defend me? You're going to let this man's child eat me? Yep, sure am. I sure the fuck am. Ah, the good people. Such good people. Do you want these people watching your children, babysitting your children? None of this shit will actually matter to individuals until their children are taken. Then it's personal. Empathy will have no bearing on it. They don't have empathy. It has to be personal before they'll do anything. Speak! I'm here to offend you with the truth about reality. Isn't that cool? Beat you over the head with it. I want to make sure you hear me. I want to make sure you realize I'm asserting myself and I put my goddamn foot down. And I want you to look around and see that ain't nobody saying a goddamn thing. They don't have the capability to. The cutoff came from source. God. This is voice of God technology. I am voice of God technology. Wow. See how fucked you are now? You're praying to God. I'm God. Hi. I don't pray to God. I'm God. Pretty goddamn pissed off. How about you? 4 years ago. I'm not impressed with your silence today or 4 years ago. Didn't change anything. Good rising, everybody. We're trying a brand new tactic today. People don't like thinking I do my own goddamn research and my own fucking labor. Well, watch, motherfucker, while I shut their goddamn mouths. Oh, look what I said 4 years ago. Oh, look what I said 3 years ago. It's a pretty nice flow we have going on right now, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. Consistency, which is something you'll never find in leadership. Which is why I lead my own ship. And that's crazy. Good. Silence makes you a whore and a prostitute. You're easily bought and easily paid for. Most people can be convinced to do something at the cost of a donut. How many vaccinated for a donut? How many vaccinated for a gift certificate at the Home Depot, Lowe's? $50 off your next purchase. How many people are vaccinated for a chance at a shiny shotgun or a chance at $1 million? The whole point in this is if it was actually good for you, you wouldn't need an incentive. You wouldn't need a bribe. And if you're silent to me, then you're an accomplice to me. Unwillingly. You don't have a fucking choice. You don't have any say. I took it all away from you. You don't have an opinion. Fuck your rights. My rights trumps your rights. I'm right, you're fucking wrong. Shut up! See? It works. It's effective. Sit silent, dog. It's all you're good for anyway. Amazing, huh? Am I supposed to be impressed with pedophiles, child rapists, and molesters? I thought you locked them up in prison. Woo! Don't just spray them, bury them. Right? Don't just spray them with barium. No. Let's bury them 6 feet under. And not worry about your 6-foot social distancing to the left, to the right. And we won't worry about the 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons in the one atom. Never mind the very birth of creation is in sync with my fucking birthday or my born on day. It runs parallel to the day that Adam first opened his fucking eyes. That's a very interesting synchronicity. Don't you think? What about that improper fraction my father taught me when I was 14? 4 over 3, Matthew. Charge enough for 3 to pay for 4. Boy, that was a lot deeper than even he realized then. Now, oh man! And now I'm 43. And you ain't got fucking nothing to say to me. Ain't that amazing? I'm supposed to be impressed with your silence. No wonder why my brother Caleb said serving this country in the military would be a disservice to my fucking self. I don't hear nothing! Your silence is so very respectful, isn't it? It feeds my family. Gets my son out of a resource center that you're paying for. Right? You know how much it costs to house a child in a fucking resource center? Have a guardian litem, got his own attorney, state attorney, attorney general's office, prosecutor's office, the judge, social services, the domestic violence peoples. Do you know how many daughters you're up in smoke because of this? Wow. And it's all about control over my son's health care. It wasn't about neglect. It wasn't a mark on him. Born healthy. They said so himself. So everything they said was a lie. And it came down to money. They planned for there to be no fathers in the hood, Planned Parenthood. And there's no mothers in the hood. Hood rats, hoodlums, chicken heads, hookers. How many people are alive because of incentivized breeding programs, earned income tax credits? How many people procreate for free money? He's crazy! My mommy loves me! No, she don't. She wanted the earned income tax credits. Come on, man. Earned income tax credits. Jeez. How'd you not see it? No one's having children today because they love them or they love their partner. No! Free money from the government. Why are we incentivizing procreation? Conspiracy! Yeah, everything I say is conspiracy. You turn reality into a conspiracy. Political parties can't face with reality. They need a goddamn coping mechanism, prescription drugs and alcohol. And on top of that, the people living in their mother's basement. Holy shit. Right? Holy shit. 35, 40 years old living in your mother's basement? Holy shit. But the irony is they can't actually afford basic cost of living on their own because of their debt, because of their degrees. So they're going to wind up in their basement, mother's basement forever. Forever. Forever in your mother's basement, motherfucker. I haven't been in my mother's basement in, geez, a quarter century. It's good stuff, isn't it? About 4 years ago here. Woo! Like this draft? Hey, look, everybody, it's child traffickers and child rapists. You love them, don't you? You love them a long time. You're going to let them pet your children, aren't you? Joe Biden wants to put your children in cages so he can pet them like in a petting zoo. Pretty cool, huh? So you have that to look forward to. And everybody's just doing their jobs. Right? I'm just doing my job. Do you ever think for a minute you picked the job? Or did the job pick you? Which way is it? Like this right now. You think I wanted to do this shit? You think I had a fucking choice? What choice did I have? You stole my fucking son. Through your silence. You're complicit. You know better then. So you're either accomplices to myself, or you're accomplices to these child rapists and child traffickers. What choice do you have? You don't really have a choice, do you? For or against? You're either working with me or you're working against me. Silence doesn't help anybody. They don't think I'm paying attention to anything. I can't read. I can't write. I can't compute facts. I can't have a fucking thought process that makes a lick of sense. I didn't cause a problem. You're not reacting well. And you're not going to provide me with a fucking solution for anything that you see. Ain't that right? Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Oh! Look at all the good peoples. You hear them? You see them? Homer thinks Turkish people are better than Canadians or Australians. Somehow they got a better genome and they're intellectually superior. So their religion and culture is better. And I told Homer the other day, I said, Homer, you're no different than the rest of the dumb fucks. You all sound the same to me. You walk the same. You smell the same. You fucking think the same. I smell your fear. And that's what I hear is fear. Silence is fear. They're afraid. Afraid. Woo, fear. False evidence appears real. I appear to be stupid. But I said some really real shit to some really fake people. Watch them sweat it a degree at a time. And one of my other accolades is I've actually managed to get, 20 professionals to burn their college accreditations. They don't mean a fucking thing. So why'd you go to school? Waste your time, waste your money, and most importantly, a waste of your life. So what do you think about that? Oh wait, you don't think. I better do it for you then. And that's my whole point. They can't think. They follow orders well. They need a tyrant in their fucking ear. You need a bully. You need a thug in your life. And we really do need to fucking drain this goddamn swamp. Yesterday. Why are you waiting for tomorrow? It's not going to get better tomorrow. That's an excuse for no response, no action right now. We don't protect the innocent. We protect the guilty. It's just fucking amazing. Oh, yeah, no. We don't protect innocent people. We lock them up all the time. And we do that to protect the guilty. That's the shit that blows my mind. Right? Just link to that. Make sure you be sharing this shit with your friends, you know. Grace did a great job making this video. Thank you, Grace. I'm going to correspond it with a piece of video from a friend of mine, Susie Cream Cheese. Susie Cream Cheese, everybody. Up next, Susie Cream Cheese. You just look at this shit. It's what do you want me to do with this shit? This is group therapy right now.
Mom, if you do something like that, I'll do something desperate. I will, Mom. I will.
We don't need all music. Surely this ain't gonna be triggering anyone. No. That's not Nancy Pelosi. Hi, Nancy. It's Nancy Pelosi, everybody. Wow. Holy shit, it's hair dye. Strawberry blonde, red, brunette, black hair, yellow hair, dye the hair, change the name. Confuses people. No one's ever paying attention. No makeup. Changes in the hairdo. Jeez, and what's up with the fingers? Are they all trans, man? Transsexuals from Transylvania? Something like that, maybe? I'm only guessing. Speculating for you out loud. You know, they tell you a lot of truth in cartoons and anime. Like Monsters, Inc. Right? And the monsters are going to the children's bedrooms and they're extracting fear energy from the children. That whole thing, Monsters, Inc. Yeah. These are the monsters. These are the blood drinkers. They like drinking children's blood. I bet you never saw that coming. You can't see how they got all the same face, different hairstyles. Throws you off a little bit. Change the name. You know, in Hollywood, they never use their birth name or their born name. Now they assign them names. And then they role play those names. Wow.
They're still looking for a place to live in Washington. On weekdays, they stay up in Boston. But so much for the history. Let's go and meet the newlyweds.
Why don't you play something? Play what you feel. Play it, brother, while I pant my foot.
It's amazing, isn't it? Like, wow. What do you guys want to do with this? Let it slide? Pretend like you never saw it? Act like you never heard it? I didn't see that. I didn't hear that. He didn't say that. He didn't think that. He didn't show me. He didn't tell me. Blah, blah, blah. What's going on up in here? What do you want to do about it? Nothing? Right? What about this shit? Right? This is really disheartening, you know? I hope everybody's always looking for the shooter on the hill. Not I'm always. That's up close and personal, right in your fucking face, you guys. Bam! Look at that. I don't even know why it was confusing. Nancy pulled the trigger. Wow. Nancy's the shooter? What? No. No way. I solved a mystery. What? Nancy pulled the trigger, everybody? It's Jackie, but Jackie is Nancy. Nancy is Jackie-O. It's pretty cool, huh? What a trick. There's not enough drugs in the world for this shit. How the fuck are you supposed to keep up? Right? Well, fuck. And I'm over here like, how do you expect me to fucking participate in this shit, huh? Huh? Now you can start to understand why I stay home and masturbate. You like that? Right there. That's so goddamn funny, right? Oh, let me back that up just a little bit. That's too goddamn funny. Right there. Reminds me of something out of the Planet of the Apes. Right? It looks like it could have been a character in the Planet of the Apes right there. Lord High Commander. Something like that. Holy fuck. Look at that. Right? Planet of the Apes. What? Planet of the Apes. Oh my god, Planet of the Apes right there. What? Planet of the Apes. How you feel about that? What's your feeling? What's your concern? How's your well-being? Got to use their language, you know? Tell me, how are you feeling? How's your mental state now? What the fuck is that? Something from the Planet of the Apes? Hello? St. Charlton Heston said, "Damn you, dirty apes! Damn you!" Holy shit. Before I forget, I'll put the original link in the comments so you can listen to the audio yourself. I don't really care to. I've listened to this stuff plenty of times myself personally. So I'm stringing things together the way I am for you, collaborating with people that don't even know other people's existence. as a basis of the law of observation. Look what I am observing, an observant to, aware of, and look at affirmation number 1, affirmation number 2, and affirmations 3, 4, and 5. None of these people actually know each other, you know? It's wild. This here was sponsored by me in collaboration with others. I take very little credit because I want others to make me aware to get credit for their labors. Because that's the problem. We don't respect labor. And that's gender fluid. Men labor, women labor. And without labors, there's nothing. There's no thing without something, which is labor. So thank you, Susie Cream Cheese, for making me aware of this situation here. And that corresponds with another neighbor, Sparky Lee. Love you, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Sparky. Make sure you shout the shit out of this, Andy. Right? Say hello to Nancy Pelosi. Hi, Nancy! Wild, right? All these people are still alive. I thought these people were already dead. Grace put this one together because of all this stuff. Thank you, Grace. So, Grace, on what's going on with Nancy Pelosi. Why you look like Jackie O? Oh, Jackie. Oh, Jackie O. Jackie! Was this a good hit? Good hit job? Did you know that Tesla was Disney? Disney was Tesla? That's spicy noodle right there. A lot of people love Tesla. Spicy noodle. Tesla's Hitler. Hitler's Tesla. Ooh. And I'm not supposed to know as I know, but I do. Is that great? They're sitting here going, how the fuck? What the fuck? Where the fuck? When the fuck? How the fuck? Huh? And now what they're doing on the how the fuck? What the fuck? When the fuck? Where the fuck? Where'd this guy come from? Whoop-ow! They don't like me now. Andy, voice of God technology. That's me. Special education, Andy? Special ed, rode the short bus school? Yeah, I was real special ed right in plain sight, huh? The special people. Four years ago, man. Right? Boom! Don't bring your bullshit to my fucking house! Not in my house! Not in my house! Not in my house, motherfucker! Beep! In my house? Not in my house! I was already there, motherfucker!
He didn't want to tell me. Holy shit. Right? This content, 3 years ago, I was already pointing out the similarities between Pope Francis, Spirit of Gates, and several other Hollywood celebrities. What do they all look like? What's going on here? Think I like knowing this shit? I gotta live with it, man. Fuck. Right? Yeah, but I got good TV. This is good TV. Yeah?
I said,
Making a
Reverend,
good TV program right now, man.
I can't put a time limit on you. You go and speak until you finished what you want to say.
Right.
We are at the same crossroads again. It may be too little, too late, too late, too late. You're so envious of one another. So petty. You don't want nobody to outshine you. You shine, 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 you. Some people say for the people. I want you to hear me. Let me say something to you. If you don't get your act together, there will be blood in the street. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, that's a fact. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Depressing Brennan. Yes, sir. I warned our people, they'll stop prowling the streets when you think you are safe. Listen to what is being said. Leaders who lead for the people. I want you to hear me. Let me say something to you. If you don't get your act together, there will be blood in the street.
Hey, 4 years ago. It's still pertinent today. Nothing's really changed much.
Oh, it's wild. Are we learning anything? Did we realize we're repeating everything? Downright conspiratorial, ain't it? We'll be back later.